Hello and welcome to Who Watches Who, a Doctor Who podcast with me, Matthew, and as always...
I'm Scott, hello.
Hello, Scott. And this week is the end of month week, which means it is our roundup of all the lack of Doctor Who, all of the massive amounts of Doctor Who news there is. It's been a very quiet month.
It really has been, like, our number one, just peek behind the scenes, our number one thing was going to be a trailer, but there's no trailer, and we still have no release date.
Yeah,
release date.
Which leads to the title of this episode, which I haven't actually decided on yet, but it's going to be like, where's the Doctor Who trailer? There we go. That's a good title, actually. So, and you know, that's, where is it, you know? Because we have to assume within the next 2 months the show's coming out, yeah?
Yes.
Because it's not going to, unless the show comes in December and the season finale's like the week before the New Year special. And then what
if a show comes out 31st of December at 11:55 p.m.
Yeah, and all 6 episodes drop. I'm like, okay, you have to watch it now for the New Year's special that's coming in 5 minutes.
That'd be awful.
Yeah, I can either see it coming out in 2 months' time weekly as a regular, or in December they drop all the episodes at once so people are ready for the New Year special.
No, I think it's got to be weekly, and I'm presuming it's going to be out on the 31st of October, and I am willing to bet that.
What makes you think it's coming out on Halloween?
Because there are behind the scenes leaked photographs of pumpkins. So it's a possibility. And Halloween is a suitable time for Doctor Who, you know.
Yeah, it's a spooky show sometimes. So yeah, I would love it to come out. I don't really want to wait another month. But, you know, they only wrapped filming a few months ago, or like a month ago or something, so that makes sense that we would have to wait that long. But if it's a month away, we should really be getting more than the 14-second teaser we had.
Yeah, we really should be, but Series 11 and Series 12 do have a track record of only releasing trailer about a month before. Like, I think the trailer for Series 12 dropped on the 1st of December, and then Series 12 started on the 1st of January, so it makes sense that we're still waiting. But yeah, hopefully it will come, and when it comes, we'll be doing a reaction trailer for it.
I guarantee you it's coming out tomorrow. So people know we're recording this on the Thursday, and the episode comes out on Friday, where you're listening to it. So the trailer's coming tomorrow, 100%, and we're gonna look like complete idiots, going like, "Where's the Doctor Who trailer?"
It'll drop at like 7:55.
Yeah,
5 minutes before this
just
episode
before
comes
the episode
out.
comes out. Yeah.
But if it does drop tomorrow, just look on our channel. We'll probably have a review at some point during the next 24 hours.
We will try to get that done as soon as possible to please the algorithmic gods and to keep things relevant.
Just hopefully we get something, because we need to market it, really.
Yeah. I'd be interested to see how many people, like people that aren't super fans of the show, like a casual audience, how many of them are even aware that Doctor Who's coming. Because that trailer is short, and I've not seen it anywhere except for when I watched it at Comic-Con. Like, I've not seen it advertised anywhere else.
Yeah, I've heard people thinking the show is cancelled because it just hasn't been on air since like last March, really. That's almost a year and a half without Doctor Who. You need to bring people back to the show, remind them that Doctor Who is a thing, and you need to get them excited for it. But the secrecy is incredibly stupid, I think, because did you hear John Bishop got into some trouble for revealing his character is from Liverpool? It's like...
the BBC... But he's from Liverpool. It's not really hard to put together.
The BBC were like, "Oh no, he can't reveal anything." I mean, he couldn't say he was from Liverpool anymore. It's like, what? It's really ridiculous.
The John Bishop's coming to Aberdeen.
Yes, I know. I see like a 10-foot tall, maybe a 15-foot tall poster of his face every day when I walk to work.
Yeah, I was in Aberdeen the other day for my work, going in, and I saw his big full face and went, it's Doctor Who. We should get tickets and then confront him. Get him on the podcast.
We really should.
Get him on the podcast. Where's the trailer, John?
We should keep a close eye on where he eats in Aberdeen. Just try to ambush him at any opportunity.
Run up to him with an already recording microphone, so that even if he tells us to go away, we have that. We can put it in the show.
We need to get him saying, "Hello, you're listening to Who Watches Who." That'd be fantastic.
Yeah. We need like a compilation of every Doctor Who celebrity doing it. That's what we need.
Well, most. Not Noel Clark.
All of them.
Not Noel Clark.
Yeah. Now controversy. We've got to get the controversy clicks. We need everybody.
Anyway, our second topic of today is Eccleston is coming back for more Big Finish.
Hell yeah. Eccleston said that just before Christmas in 2020, he walked into a small recording studio in an industrial estate in North London, where him and a sound engineer looked at each other and smiled and went, "Let's go!" And then he started doing the Ninth Doctor again and loved it. It's been one of his great joys for him over the past year, and it's a lovely way to do it, so he's coming back to record more. That was a very roughly translated script because it was written from his first perspective, and then halfway through I decided, let's change it to the third perspective.
I noticed that, yes.
Yeah, but yeah, he seems really excited about being the Doctor again, which is great.
And you can absolutely tell. I remember watching his Lorraine interview, and he was just sitting in his car in the car park. He was just so excited. He just beamed full of energy. And you can hear it from his Big Finish performances, but he is just so happy to be back in the role. And we do have a little hint about what's coming up in Series 2 of his stories. So producer David Richardson says, "I've spent most of my summer weekend sitting in the garden, iPad on my lap, reading the script for the Ninth Doctor Adventures Series 2. Happy days indeed. No spoilers, but expect emotional character-based stories and lots of adventure going deep into Earth's past and into the far future. From an old railway station to the seas of Titan to a very unusual furniture store in the present day, it's another trip of a lifetime." But yeah, it sounds very much like what we got in our last box set rather than the first box set. A very Earth-focused, down to basic storytelling, and I'm excited.
Yeah. With one alien story, which would be the Seas of Titan, which is a moon.
You're a moon.
Yeah, I am. But with Eccleston being so excited, myself. And I'm sure many other people were, because I'm about to read a whole big thing on it, we're very excited about, and we've mentioned it in previous shows, would Eccleston come back to live action? Would we ever see him on our TV sets again? To which he said, "My relationship with the BBC over Doctor Who has not healed. I left because my relationship with Russell T Davies and the producers completely broke down during the shooting of the first series. The shooting of the first series was a nightmare. I agreed with Russell that I would go quietly and respectfully, and I would look after the show publicity-wise in terms of publicizing it. And then, without saying anything to me, they announced that I was leaving. They didn't tell me they were going to do that. They created a quote and they attributed it to me, which said I was tired. I found it too tiring to work with Russell and Phil and Julia. I didn't find it physically too tiring. When they said that, and any other producer reading that would go, "Oh, we're not going to employ Christopher Eccleston because he gets tired." So it was a lie, and it was in quotation marks. And I'm from Salford. You don't do that to me. So they issued a kind of apology, but it's not enough. So no. And that's massive. I don't think we've ever had Eccleston explain why he's left the show in quite as much detail before.
He's been given hints and pieces over the last couple of years, but I think this is his most definitive answer on why he's not returning to the show, which I think makes sense. That's respectful of him, and there's more. Obviously, there's more behind it. Like, we don't know why the relationship broke down.
What happened on set? What was so tiring about Russell T Davies and things like that?
But yeah, that's kind of none of our business, and I think we should respect the man to just leave him alone and not just respect his wishes and not ask him why he doesn't want to return anymore, because I think privacy is important. I think he suffered a lot of mental health issues from being on screen as Doctor Who, because he had an eating disorder for a while, and I think it was because of Doctor Who, and his relationship with the BBC was struggled for a while because he didn't appear in anything BBC related until like the A Word, which came out 2017 or something like that. So yeah, it took him a while to get back with the BBC.
Yeah, but what you're saying is there's a chance.
There is a chance there is a chance he will be in an anniversary special with Big Finish though, because with these 12 new stories, they're set between 2022 and 2023, which is just in time for his 60th anniversary. So I'm expecting him to do a multi-doctor story with all the surviving doctors, and I am excited for that.
Yeah, I would. I with his big explanation, I get why he wouldn't want to come back, from all the crap that went down and the BBC being noted terrible people, as we all are already aware. But I would wager that, at least the culture, or you could hope that the culture on Doctor Who as a set has changed from 2005, Russell T Davies is no longer in charge of the show, and nothing's come out about him being a terrible person, but clearly just him and Christopher Eccleston didn't mesh. But he's no longer involved with the show. I assume most of the crew members and the staff at BBC, maybe some of the higher ups are still there. Maybe that's where the problems lay. But there's never say never. People always come back to Doctor Who. Even Eccleston, he came back with the audio dramas. I could see him, maybe not the 60th anniversary, the 70th, the 80th. Time heals all wounds. There's always a chance.
Yeah, there's always a chance. We'll see, but definitely not. I would say not in the next 10 years. Definitely not.
Yeah, which is a shame. Yeah, it's a big shame. Big shame.
But yeah, at least he's with Big Finish and he gets more stories as the Doctor, and he gets to hopefully have new experimental ideas, multi-Doctor stories, more stories with Billy Piper maybe down the line. Because I think their relationship is still pretty strong. But yeah, we'll see.
Has Billy Piper done any Big Finish stories before?
She had a Rose Tyler spin-off, which was set after the events of Doomsday, so that's one box set. I think she did one with David.
Just her on a beach looking sad the whole
I
time.
think she did one with David Tennant as well, a whole series. So yeah, there's precedent. I think it's been about 5 years since she's done anything, something like that. 5, maybe 4 years.
Yeah, that makes sense because she's been really busy recently because she wrote and showrun and starred in her own show on Sky. I think it was. It's supposed to be very good.
Yeah, it's called I Hate Susie. I haven't seen it yet. There's too much TV, man.
Yep, there very much is. And I just watch The Office on repeat.
And most of our time these days are just taken up with Doctor Who.
Yeah, there is a lot of Doctor Who. In other news, though, my things are... In other news, Galaxy 4 animation officially confirmed. What does this mean, Scott?
Well, Galaxy 4 is a William Hartnell episode, 1965, I believe. It has the Doctor, Stephen, and Vicky arrive on... I can't spell. It's the Doctor and Stephen and Vicky arrive on a planet within the titular Galaxy 4, where they encounter the beautiful but dangerous Dravins and the hideous but friendly Rills, two crash-landing species in conflict with one another. Both species wish to escape as the planet is set to explode in 2 dawns. But the Dravin leader, Maga, only wants for her people to make it out alive. Yeah, sure. I can read.
Yeah, it's from a missing episode, and it's, one of the animated ones they've done. What do you think about this trailer, though? I think it's terrible.
Yeah, the trailer itself isn't great. It doesn't really show you much of a story. It's just...
It's some kind of shoddy looking animation with a really lackluster soundtrack behind it, and it's like, who's this appealing to? This is not really showcasing what's in this episode at all. It seems like a really... And, it's from a First Doctor story, but it seems like a very old-fashioned way of advertising. It's not giving you the impactful beats or showing you the characters or anything like that. It's like, here's a spaceship firing a laser really slowly in space with no sound effects attached to it. It's very strangely cut together.
Yeah, I'll admit, I don't remember Galaxy 4 ever. I don't remember it being existing. I remember watching it at one point, but obviously it was with these still photographs, and I don't remember the story too well, and it doesn't sell me on the story at all.
Yeah, but, you know, it's coming out on Blu-ray and DVD, and you can assume probably it'll be on Big Finish within the year. Not
Yeah,
Big
it
Finish,
will be.
BritBox.
Yes, BritBox.
What am I on about? Yeah, it'll be on BritBox pretty soon, so...
But yeah, as for the animation, it doesn't look too bad. I don't think it looks bad.
I think the art style's nice, but the actual shot of the spaceships moving through space looks like jittery and weird. Like,
yeah, sure. Maybe it's like 12 frames per second, but this is like a very cheap production company that's doing this, and they're working really hard to get most of these Doctor Who stories finished, because they've done a lot over the last few years. Like, they've done... I've got a list here. I think they've got like most of the Troughton era completely animated at this point.
Yeah, there's a massive collection of the animation episodes, which is cool. It's a good way of preserving them. But yeah, the trailer I think could have been done a little bit better.
Sure, but I don't think it's going for like the new Doctor Who fans. I think it's going for, I want to complete my Doctor Who collection. Might as well just get Galaxy 4 off of my shelf. That's what it's going for. Completionists. I haven't seen an animation in a long time. I think the last animated episode I watched was The 10th Planet when it came out in 2013.
I've not watched any of the animated episodes, so we'll have to cover one on the podcast at some point. There's quite a few to choose from.
Yeah, there's a lot, yes. I think Evil the Daleks is coming up next month, so yeah, it's something to be excited for. I need to watch some of them. It's been a while.
Yeah. In other news, David Tennant, world's busiest man, he is starring in a BBC remake of Around the World in 80s Days. That was a hard sentence to say, apparently, which I haven't actually watched the trailer of yet, which I'm about to in a moment. But I saw one image of David Tennant, like in his outfit, walking down the street, and I was like, "Cool, I'm sold on that. I'll watch that."
So am I. I don't care about the story. I've never seen any Around the World in 80s Days adaptation at all. But just David Tennant's look alone is he looks very doctorish in a way, like a very Victorian era doctor.
Yeah, I love his mustache. It's a very good mustache, and I don't think we've ever had a doctor with a mustache. Mostly the doctor's clean shaven. We need a doctor with a mustache. That's Jodie's new season.
That's her secret. She can grow mustaches.
Yeah, the trailer looks good. It's got action. David Tennant looks charming as hell. I'm not the biggest fan of the film, the famous one. What's it like, from the 90s or the 80s or something?
The one of the only film I can think of is one with Jackie Chan.
There is one with Jackie Chan. Yeah, Around the World in 80 Days with Jackie Chan. Yeah.
Is that the one you're thinking of?
Yeah, 2004. Yeah, not a big fan of it. Not a big fan of it.
I never saw it. I saw like the DVD cover back in the day. Never appealed to me.
Jackie Chan, Steve Coogan, Jim Broadbent. Yeah.
I think I saw the Looney Tunes adaptation of it. There's many adaptations of it. It's insane.
Yeah, it's a very famous story. But yeah, this one looks good, and if I remember that it's on, I will watch it on the iPlayer.
I'll probably forget about it as well. I haven't seen much of David Tennant's work. I still need to watch Broadchurch. I still need to watch Des. I still need to watch Good Omens.
I've seen all of those. So Broadchurch, you definitely need to get on that. You know, you've got BritBox. You watch it. You've no excuse. Yeah. It's very good. Des is 3 episodes, and it's decent. He looks shockingly like the actual killer. Like, if you look at side-by-side photos of them, it is like spitting image. The puppet show. And then Good Omens is also phenomenal. I loved Good Omens. The only thing with Good Omens is it is long. Like it must cover so many things in the book because it is a very, very each episode's an hour and they fill that hour.
Yeah, I think season 1 is the first book. I mean, season 2, there's no other book to adapt, so that Neil Gaiman wrote a new story about it.
Yeah,
I applied for Good Omens, but I never got it because they sent me a link for the interview the day before the interview, and I'd never saw the link.
good.
So that's terrible.
That's a shame. I think our friend Sean.
Yes,
has a job on that show.
he does. Good for him.
I don't know what he's doing, but they wanted to know his height. So
He's a very small man, isn't he? Or Sean?
he is a small man. But if anybody that from Good Omens is listening, he's super tall. He's a giant man.
He's the size of
A tall person.
some giant from Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Of a cyber leader from last week.
Yeah, exactly. It's cool. It's very nice to see a lot more TV production moving up to Scotland. The only downside with it, I would have applied to Good Omens as well, but they were like, you need to drive. I was like, I can't drive. But.
I can't drive either, but I was going to lie.
Wow.
Yes, but
Tisk. David Tennant is also starring in Jekyll and Hyde with Georgia Tennant, the Doctor's daughter and the Doctor's wife.
Yes, I've never heard that joke before. Did you know
Joke?
the Doctor's
What
daughter
joke?
is also the wife, but she's also the Doctor's daughter in real life? Isn't
not-
that
it's-
weird?
It's just a fact, Scott.
Well.
It's a unarguable fact of life.
True, but I've still heard it a million times.
Yeah. Which is interesting. I'm assuming, and this just might be complete posturing and falsehood. Is this a Jekyll and Hyde story? A Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde tale, perhaps?
What makes you think that?
It's just a hunch, really. I can feel it in my bones. There's nothing specifically giving away in the title Jekyll and Hyde. Hyde spelt Hide, as in hiding. That would make me think.
That's what I wrote by accident. Oops. I just realised that.
Yeah. So that's just a typo. Jekyll and Hyde spelt the normal way, apparently.
I can't spell Jekyll either.
I'll read the blurb and try to ignore all the spelling mistakes that I find along the way. In Hyde and what 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 have you written? In Hyde, a Jekyll and Hyde tale. Right. Okay.
Yes.
In Hyde, but the show's called Jekyll and Hyde, or is the show
No,
called Hyde?
I think the show is called Hyde.
As in hiding.
I don't know.
With HIDE or HYDE. Which
No, I think the show is just called Hyde.
Okay, as in
I
hiding.
think. Yes.
Yeah, okay. So, let's try this again.
But maybe the full story is Hyde, a Jekyll and Hyde tale. Like how Rogue One is called Rogue One, a Star Wars story.
Yeah.
Which I hope it's not called that, because that's a stupid title.
It gives away the whole twist, doesn't it? In Hyde, a Jekyll and Hyde tale by way of conspiracy thriller, a disgraced journalist, played by David Tennant, stumbles upon a story that could resurrect his career, but he quickly learns he's seen something he shouldn't have and is now the target of unknown adversaries who will do anything to silence him. On the run, as people around him go missing or die, a serious accident has an extraordinary side effect, and he realizes there are monsters in the world, and he may be one of them. Coming to Peacock, which you've written here is the worst name for a streaming service ever.
It really is.
And I can also tell you that apparently it's also just the worst streaming service. Apparently it's terrible.
I've used the ad-free. I've used the ad version of it, and it's not great.
Yeah, in America specifically. So I'm a wrestling fan.
Yes.
And they have the WWE in America sold the WWE Network, which was like their version of Netflix, to Peacock. So you can watch WWE stuff on the Peacock streaming service, like their live pay-per-views and things like that. But apparently, for so many people a couple months ago during SummerSlam, one of their biggest shows of the year, everyone in America who was watching it through Peacock, the stream just stopped.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yes. It's which is never a problem that's ever happened on the network. So, Peacock sucks. Bad streaming service. Boo.
Yeah, it's not great even if you don't want to watch wrestling. I think the only appeal to it is we have The Office.
Yeah.
Yes, I think like extended versions of The Office specifically.
I'm so glad, right? I am so glad that over here in this here United Kingdom, we have like 3 or 4 streaming services, and they just buy the rights for all the other shows. So like The Office is on Netflix here, Seinfeld's coming to Netflix. We've got Disney Plus, we've got Amazon Prime, we've got Netflix, and then you have like other ones like what's it called? BritBox. We have BritBox as well for like even nicher things, but most of those big 3, Disney Plus, Netflix, Amazon Prime, get all the other ones, whereas in America, it's HBO Max, Peacock, Netflix, Prime, Disney Plus, I'm sure Hulu, there's so many of them, and just who has the time and the money for that?
Yeah, but Peacock is actually coming to the UK. It's going to be tied into Sky, apparently.
Oh, gross.
So yeah, I think if you have Sky Cinema, you'll get Peacock at no additional cost, which isn't great because it just means all the other like The Office is going to disappear from Netflix anytime soon now. So yeah,
but
great.
It's if you're speaking of things that cost too much money, Sky is number 1 on that list. What a waste of money that is.
I've only got it because my parents have it, so it's fine by me. So
terrible service.
It is, yeah.
Let's pay £80 a month to watch adverts.
Yeah, it's not great.
But yeah, this Jekyll and Hyde thing seems like it'll be interesting. It's nice to see Georgia Tennant doing work. You don't see her act in much things.
I think the last thing she was in, aside from Doctor Who, I think she was a regular on The Bill. If you remember that show on ITV, it was like a cop robber show.
I know the name. I've never seen it.
Let's look at what she's been doing acting-wise.
She probably hasn't been doing much acting, because don't they have like 25 kids?
5 children, yes.
Yeah.
It's insane. How does David Tennant find the time?
Well, he doesn't have to do a lot of the work.
Her last... She's been in Staged, which is a show with Martin Freeman. No, not
David
Martin
Tennant.
Freeman. Not Martin Freeman.
You know it. Come on.
Martin Sheen.
There you go, Martin Sheen. Martin Sheen and David Tennant. It makes sense that she's in it because it was recorded in their homes.
Yes. Yeah. And then she was in a show called In the Dark as a person called Jenny, coincidentally. But yeah, I was in 2017, and then before that, she didn't really do much. 2014, she was in Holby City and Casualty for an episode. The Five-ish Doctors the year before that. She's a Doctor Who short. But yeah, not a lot in a while.
Yeah, which, makes sense because she is a mother of 5 kids.
Yes.
There's only so much time in the world.
I do wonder who she's going to play in Jekyll and Hyde.
She'll play Jekyll.
So at night, David Tennant just turns into her.
No. She turns into David Tennant. It's Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. So Dr. Jekyll, isn't it? Or is it Dr. Hyde? Yeah, it's Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. That sounds right to me. Now I'm questioning my own self. Yeah, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. So she would turn into David Tennant at night. The whole premise is backwards.
Right, okay.
Yeah. So really, she'd be playing Hyde then. Because then David Tennant turns into her and murders people.
I know nothing about Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Apart
you never
from
read the book?
I've only heard the song from Arthur. Remember that song?
No.
Oh my god, I have to send it to you. I'm sorry for... I need to send it to you. It's a jam.
No, I remember we had to read it in 4th year English, so I like analyze it and stuff. So it's a story that's in my head.
I started shaking, my legs were quaking, my stomach aching, my brain was breaking. Started turning green, feeling mean. It was like in that story. I was acting strange, quite deranged. It was pure allegory. Allegory, a story where the characters stand for abstract ideas. For example, good and evil. 'Cause I was Jekyll, Jekyll, Hyde, Jekyll, Hyde, Hyde, Jekyll, 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 Hyde, Jekyll, Hyde, Jekyll, Jekyll, Hyde, Jekyll, Hyde, Hyde, Jekyll, 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 Hyde, Jekyll, Hyde.
That chorus is going to be stuck in my head forever now.
Jekyll, hide, Jekyll. Such a bop.
Yeah, it's a good story as well.
That whole musical episode of Arthur is genius.
I haven't watched Arthur since I was very young and remember nothing about it other than it's about bears, and I see memes with it occasionally.
No, dude, it's about aardvarks.
Well, there you go. When did Arthur come out?
Like 1996.
Yeah, it aired in 1996 is when it first came out, and they're still making it today, aren't they?
It just got cancelled actually after 25 years, which is a shame.
Yeah.
Apparently the quality was still really good apart from the animation, which kind of took like a cheap Flash animation. But the quality of the show itself was very good. Like, for teacher had a gay wedding and all that. So yeah, I watched that gay wedding episode. It's pretty good.
I remember nothing. I remember nothing about Arthur. I remember it being fine, but it was never a show that super appealed to me. So
sign up to our Patreon podcast for
Who
Arthur.
watches Arthur? Who watches Arthur?
But yeah, apart from that, there's not much news apart from looking at stuff that's coming out next month, my dude.
Hell yeah, let's take a look at it. So, new season of show, maybe? Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, you've put? And to that I say, there is never going to be more Doctor Who. It's over.
Yeah, it's over. We're just getting teaser trailers for the rest of our lives.
Yep. Edge of Reality is coming out on September 30th, which is a Doctor Who Vidima game, where they haven't shown anything off, and that's coming out so soon. We haven't seen any gameplay. There was one teaser trailer for it, which is maybe that's what they're doing with the show. Maybe it's BBC's new prerogative.
I think there was 2 teaser trailers for it. One had Jodie Whittaker voiceover, and the second one showed off a special surprise villain, which turned out to be a Cyberman. Wow, who could have guessed? But yeah, there's nothing.
I'm going to see if I can find it on Steam. Doctor Who Edge of Reality.
Look, I'm not much of a video game expert, or I don't play much video games at all, but it's not a good sign when you have a video game coming out in a week and there's no gameplay footage, there's no idea of what the gameplay even is.
Yeah, I play video games constantly, and I will 100% play this. It's on my Steam wish list. When it comes out, I will purchase it, I will play it, and I will review it on the show to see what it's like.
I'll probably wind up getting it too. Yeah. If
Yeah.
If it's nice and cheap on the PS4 store.
See, I'll be playing it on PC because I am a big boy with a big PC.
Do you think you're compensating for something, Matthew?
Yeah, my tiny penis.
For your tiny sonic screwdriver.
Yeah. But we shall. I'll keep an eye on that. It could be great. It could be great. It's probably going to be terrible. But
it's got the 13th Doctor and 10th Doctor reprised by their both actors, which would be interesting to see both interact, because I don't think we've had both actors interact outside of Broadchurch. So yeah.
Yeah. It'll be an interesting time.
How much is it on Steam, by the way?
It doesn't say.
Oh, that's not a good sign.
No, it won't say the price till it comes out. That's usually how it goes on Steam.
Wow.
Because it's not available to pre-purchase.
Again, not a great sign.
Yeah, game will unlock in about 6 days, which I think is actually payday for me. So that's good timing.
Yeah, I think it's the day before payday for me, so I'll probably get to the day after.
Yeah. But shall we jump into the big Finish releases this month? Or
Yes,
next month, sorry,
sirree.
in the month of October.
Number 1, we've got Doctor Who Dalek Universe 3. This is our final voyage into the Dalek universe. It's got Terry Malloy, who's back as Davros, who we saw in Resurrection of the Daleks, and he was very good in that episode.
He was exceptionally good, yes.
We've also got Alex Kingston as River Song, which will be interesting. I haven't listened to the last 2 box sets, but I'm contemplating on getting this on Payday, which is coming up next week, so I might get all 3 and review it on the show. See how this works? We're going to review things.
Yeah. Thing to say about this cover, because it's quite a generic-looking Doctor Who Big Finish cover, but River Song's hair is a mop.
Yes. In this one, I am bad with alien names, but this is like an arch villain of the Daleks who we saw in Destiny of the Daleks, which was an episode written by Douglas Adams. And these aliens are called, give me a second, Movillians, I think.
Weird.
So yeah. You're weird.
I'll read the wee blurb for it so we get a gist of the story. Lost in a universe before the Time War, the Doctor is still struggling to find a way back home, but has only found himself in the middle of another war, a very familiar war involving his oldest enemies and their malevolent creator. However, he's not alone, as there are old friends here too, at least he thinks they're old friends, but when the stakes are as high as this, he really be sure who to trust? What side are they truly on? So I guess the concept of this story is the Doctor is in another alternate universe. David Tennant falls into a lot of alternate universes.
He really does. But the Movellans are like an android. They're like an android race who are at war with the Daleks. So maybe River Song in this one is an android created by the Movellans. And also the Movellans appeared in Bill's first episode, Series 10. You know the puddle episode in Series the pilot. So at the end of the episode, we kind of go on to meet the Daleks for some reason, because we had to get the Daleks in because of contractual purposes.
Do they really? I do not remember that.
Yeah, they go meet the Daleks for like 5 minutes, because I think they get rid of the puddle alien. As we see the Daleks, we're at war with the Movellans. You can give me a second, I'll see if I can find a clip. But yeah, that's the last time they've appeared in this show, in that episode. Very randomly, last minute.
And yeah, I don't remember them at all.
It would help if I could spell aliens correctly. I spelled it ALEANS.
I before E, except for all the times that it isn't.
But I can't find a clip. But yeah, we were in that episode for like 2 minutes.
Strange.
It was strange.
Yeah. Then after that, we have got Doctor Who, The Third Doctor Adventures, Volume 8, which has got the great blurb describing both stories as 2 brand new adventures for the Third Doctor, Joe Grant and Sarah Jane Smith.
Very exciting, yes. But I'm interested in the second one, which is The Devil's Hoof Prints, which long ago in Devon, 1855, a mysterious event occurred. Overnight, during a terrible blizzard, thousands of hoof prints appeared in the snow. If this sounds familiar, it kind of sounds like the plot of the Demons that we saw. You know, the plot of the Demons having the blizzard, which causes the Azal to appear big.
Yes.
So that sounds very much like the Demons. I don't know if it's connected, but the fact that it's called The Devil's Hoof Prints kind of makes it sound familiar.
It does indeed.
So is this a sequel, or is it just a rip-off?
Probably yes to both.
But Sarah Jane in this story is played by Elizabeth Sladen's daughter, so it's nice that she's getting into the Doctor Who universe now.
Yeah, that's sweet.
But yeah, in this story we've got Brigadier as well, also played by John Colshaw, which we'll hear in an upcoming 9th Doctor release as well.
Busy boy. What have we got coming up after that, Scott?
We've got Torchwood, The Great Sontaran War, which has Dan Strax's... I'm not sure if this is Strax from the show or another Sontaran, but he's holding up a basket with a cat in it.
It's a pretty great cover for this album. It's pretty great.
There's also a caravan behind them, so just from looking at this image, I guess we're going on a caravan trip. But I'll read the synopsis. The Great Sontaran War has raged across the cosmos for millennia, and finally it is coming to Earth. Major Craig has been dispatched to carry out a strategic assessment of the planet. He will learn about the dominant life form, decide what the world has to offer, and discover the ultimate value of the human race. For Torchwood, there's only one place to put him. Welcome to the Mumbles Bay Caravan Park.
I can. So my assumption here, it's going to be a relatively light-hearted episode. But what's the chances that Mr. Major Craig here decides that cats are the dominant life form on Earth because humans look after them and feed them and get nothing in return?
Very high. I think that's the classic joke to go on.
Yep.
I think Futurama did an episode all about the cats dominating humanity. But yeah. Imagine it to be very light-hearted, but I imagine there's going to be a moment where Yanto and the Sontaran are like stuck in a caravan discussing philosophy and all that.
Yeah, it's very possible.
Kind of like the movie Enemy Mine, which has an alien and a human on a stranded planet, and we're kind of like discovering who each other are and all that. Kind of like that. But yeah, I don't think we're going to get a Torchwood episode with John Barrowman in quite a while.
Yeah, probably a little while. Not much else has come out from, the John Barrowman stuff. He's still very active on Twitter.
Yes, just the other night he was complaining about the BBC betraying him, which is a sign that the BBC won't hire him for a long while. Because if he complained about the BBC, it's just putting his controversies back in the limelight. I imagine the BBC would have welcomed him back eventually, but now he's gone on like a drunk tirade, basically, which isn't great.
Yeah, give it a few years, John. You'll come back. You just let things cool down,
Which is a shame, because I was looking forward to that Torchwood Absent Friends release, which had David Tennant star alongside John Barrowman, which would have been interesting to see the Doctor in Torchwood, but we're never going to get that now, probably.
Yeah. But in less depressing news, the Diary of River Song Series 9 New Recruit is coming out, which the cover off looks pretty great. It's got John Pertwee in it. It's got the car, which name I'm forgetting, Betty?
Bessie, yes.
And I'll read the description. Unit, the secret organization established to deal with the odd and unexplained on Earth and beyond. What word is this? Redoubtable?
Yes. Redoubtable, I think.
Yeah, I've never seen that word before. The redoubtable Brigadier Lethbridge Stewart leads the troops for scientific guidance relies on two brilliant advisors, Cambridge genius Dr. Elizabeth Shaw and Unit's newest recruit, that mysterious traveler in time and space known as River Song. So that's pretty fun.
Yeah, so this box set takes place in season 7 of classic Doctor Who, which is one of my favourite seasons because I just love John Pertwee, so I am fascinated by this. I love just Bessie on a car, just zooming by. You can see kind of like speed marks just across River Song there. There's also a helicopter.
Yeah, it's a pretty nice cover. Also, it's yellow, which is a really nice color scheme change than usual.
Oh my god, and the background has like the John Pertwee logo, how the shapes kind of like dissolve and all that.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Yeah, it's a great cover.
It's a good cover.
Series 9 of River Song. I haven't listened to a single one yet, so this will probably take a while to get to.
Yeah, it's a lot of River Song stuff. The word is redoubtable, and it means someone who is formidable, especially as an opponent.
Okay, yeah, so that's a good description for good old Brigadier. But yes, our final one is another Torchwood one all the way, because we usually only do one, but this month we're doing two. I don't know why. So this one's called Torchwood Soho Ashenden?
Ashenden, yeah.
So return to the world of 1950s Torchwood. Welcome to Ashenden, an exciting new town just outside London, and also the home of a terrible secret. London has been infiltrated. A darkness is spreading from the bomb sites to the highest ranks of government. A darkness that cannot be stopped. A desperate hunt is on the man who caused it. The past has come for Torchwood agent Norton Folgate. This is the hour of the Hollow Man. So this has got 6 episodes, apparently.
That's a lot of episodes.
So I'm not sure how long each episode is. The duration is 180 minutes, so I imagine each episode is like half an hour. That sounds about right.
Yeah.
So this one's a box set rather than the individual Torchwood titles we've been getting. And but I don't know anything about this cast.
Yeah,
Or
it must be because there's lots of Torchwood Soho stuff. So I'm assuming these are original characters for Big Finish,
yeah,
which is pretty
yeah.
interesting.
But yeah, another series I'll have to try and figure out what the hell's going on. The cover isn't that exciting. We're sort of a moon and there's tentacles coming at them, which makes me think this is some sort of hentai.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's not the most engaging cover, and I've never heard of Torchwood Soho before. But you know, in 8 years' time, when we're running out of Doctor Who content, you can bet your ass we'll cover them.
Again, I think the problem is everything's overpriced. It's just hard to get into stuff.
£17 for it. Yeah, 17 quid.
Like if I want to catch up with the Diary of River Song, after a while these box sets go up to $29.99, which means I'll have to pay $29.99 8 times plus $19.99, which is nearly £200, I imagine. £300, which is a lot.
They should really introduce like a subscription model where it's like pay £15 a month and get access to all the month's releases. You know, maybe hurt them in the short term, production wise, but in the long term, that's consistent money. You know, that they might not be getting.
They could do sort of like a credit thing, like Audible does, where every month you get 1 credit and you could spend it on 1 title for free.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a lot to catch up on.
Yeah, and it's the pricing really does push a lot of people. It's what stops me buying and listening to them so many times.
But as I said, I'm contemplating on getting Dalek Universe, which means I'll have to spend like £69 to get all of the stories so far.
Yikes.
But yeah, that's why I'm contemplating. I probably won't get it this payday, but next payday that's the problem with Big Finish. Everything's just too expensive. I hope there's a sale on soon or something.
Yeah, they'll do a sale to celebrate the show coming out.
If the show comes out.
Yeah. Assuming the show's even real.
But out of that list, what would you want most? I'm thinking Dalek Universe 3, just because it sounds great.
Yeah, maybe Dalek Universe, but I'm not very familiar with the story, and that's a lot to listen back on.
Yeah.
The Torchwood with the Great Sontaran War seemed like a fun little one-shot thing. Mm-hmm. So that one probably, or the Diary of River Song, just because it has a very nice box cover.
But yeah, I think that's not a bad list. It's a small list, I think, but not a bad list for the month.
Yeah, pretty decent month of Big Finish that's coming ahead of us. And next month, in our last little thing of things coming out, that's vaguely Doctor Who related, Last Night in Soho, Edgar Wright's new film starring Matt Smith, comes out, and I am so excited for it.
I saw a trailer for this when I saw The Suicide Squad the other day, which is a good film. But yeah, this movie looks great. I can never doubt Edgar Wright.
Yeah, I'm so excited for this.
I have little to no idea what the movie is actually about, but I prefer it that way. I prefer a mystery.
I watched the first teaser trailer and was like, I'm sold. I don't want to know anything else. Yeah. Like
even with the second teaser, even with the trailer I just saw, there's no dialogue. There's just shots and music playing. And you're just like, what the hell's going on? It's captivating.
Yeah, it looks very, very, very good. And I cannot wait for it to come out.
Matt Smith looks great in it, though.
Yeah, and it's nice to see him in a big movie for once, you know?
Yes, not another Terminator Genesis.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, or like he's been doing decent stuff with The Crown, and he's in a Netflix horror film that's okay, but yeah, he's not had the best track record.
What's the Netflix one? I've never seen that.
What was it called? I'll find it for you. Give me a sec. It's fine. It's about refugees moving into a house. His House.
Oh.
Is what it's called.
He's also going to be in Morbius.
Oh, that
which
looks
is
bad.
Which is this Sony Spider-Man spin-off about the Jared Leto as a vampire, and I don't like Jared Leto, so we'll see.
Yeah. Yeah, His House on Netflix, horror film. It's a solid fine. It's not very scary at all. But it was.
You know what? You know what? You're not very scary. How about that?
Okay. But that brings us to the end of our little news segment. We do have one email to read from a listener.
Ooh, what's his name?
Some loser name. No, a friend of the show, Ewan, who was my old flatmate, who listens to the podcast quite regularly, has decided to be our first email in, which is pretty exciting. You can email in and we'll read it out like we're about to read out this one. Hello, he says. Very much doing the enjoying of the pod. That's a sentence that's hard to read, Ewan. As I've already informed Matthew privately, you both inspired me to watch the entire Doctor Who series starting from Eccleston and never tried to do that before. Yeah, Ewan has been with his friend Kyle, who I think also listens to the show, or at least was recommended to, has been going through Doctor Who, New Who specifically, because it's all on iPlayer. It's from Series 1.
Ewan's only seen Matt Smith beforehand, hadn't he?
Yeah. He had only seen Matt Smith, and the person he's watching it with stopped watching after David Tennant, so they both have a lot of Doctor Who to watch.
Also, Ewan, if you're interested, we could we could invite you on as a guest, have you talk about the new series of Doctor Who after it comes out. That'd be fun.
Yeah. He continues, anyway, I absolutely love Matt Smith's theme, I Am the Doctor. Scott, stay back. Don't hurt him.
It's awful.
It's a great theme song. But I've always thought there was a strange similarity between it and the main theme from Sonic the Hedgehog, the video game from 2006. Famously broken game.
Yes,
famously a game that doesn't work. Specifically, the start of the song compared to the heavier parts of the song played later on. Just want to know your opinion on the songs. You probably won't be able to show too much of both of the songs on your pod, but I'm sure you can show some clips maybe. Alrighty, well, that's all I wanted to be asking off. Very much doing the enjoy. Jesus, that's so hard to say. Keep it up, boyos. Sincerely, Ewan Banks. Thank you for the email, Ewan. And I haven't listened to any of these links he sent in yet. I didn't even read the email till just now. So
and thank you for making Matthew struggle, Ewan. I appreciate that very much.
That was a really just that one sentence is very hard to say.
But yeah, I've listened to both clips. I understand where he's coming from, like the opening 5 seconds maybe.
I will listen to both clips now and we'll find out. I don't think we can get away with putting the clips in the episode. We've tried doing songs before, and every time I put a clip of a song in, it gets flagged up. We haven't had any strikes against us yet, thankfully, but it does always hurt us on the YouTube a little bit. Clips from shows and things, apparently that's fine, but people can set up bots for music where it just goes pew 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 and it's a hassle.
Yeah, I think video game music is usually fine though, so I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see.
It's like the opening 5 seconds, it goes dun 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 dun.
Yeah, wow, that's it's like a sped up version of I Am the Doctor. It's like just played at a slightly quicker tempo. Yeah, that is a shockingly similar sounding.
I imagine it's just because that 4 notes are just like common or something.
It's a good way of it's 4 notes that sound very cool together. Because we've been hearing I Am the Doctor in almost everything recently, haven't we?
Yes, we've especially noticed it in the TV movie where one of his songs sounds very familiar. Just was 4 notes. Dun 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 dun. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I agree. They do sound very similar. But I Am the Doctor, sounds like a lot of songs, especially that opening of it. But thank you very much for the email. If you have an email you'd like to send in about something Doctor Who related, or just to say how great we are, you can email us at whowatcheswhopod@gmail.com. Don't forget that. But that brings us to the end of the news segment of the show. To wrap things up, we'll probably just chat for a few minutes about our lives. And that'll be the end of the podcast. So, Scott, how have you been?
I've been pretty good. How have you? What have you been watching?
I've been decent. What have I been watching? I haven't been watching much. I've been going through The Office again, just as junk food TV to put on whenever I'm bored. But my current obsession at the moment, because I'm very excited about the new one that's coming out, is I've been playing through all the Halo games. So I'm up to Halo 4 now. So I just recently, and literally in the span of like 2 weeks, I have beaten Halo 1, Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo 3 ODST, Halo Reach.
Jesus Christ.
I've been playing a lot of Halo. I also started getting into the Halo books, so I'm reading the first Halo book, and it's very, very, very good. Yeah, that's where my obsession is at the moment.
You're such a nerd.
What have you been watching?
I'm still watching The Sopranos. I'm near the end of season 6, which is the final season. Got 3 episodes left, and then on Friday I'm probably going to see the prequel movie. So that's exciting.
I just remembered a show I have been watching and a show I finished. I finished the new season of Sex Education.
Oh damn! I still need to watch that.
Oh my god, it's so good. I love every character so much. Every episode either breaks my heart or gets me excited that they're doing something good. Like, you really need to get on that show. It's so good.
It's set in the 90s, right?
No, modern day.
Oh, modern day. Okay.
Yeah, no, it's very modern day.
Oh.
It's the school they're at is like, they're in England, but it's like a private school, and it's not at all like a British school. Like, it's almost very Americanized version of a school, but the show itself, the characters are excellent. Like, and Gillian Anderson's in it from X-Files, and she's very good.
I keep on hearing there's somebody who looks like Margot Robbie in it, and also
There
I saw
is,
the
yeah.
That reminds me, I saw the Suicide Squad. Really good movie.
Yeah, Suicide Squad was excellent. I loved Suicide Squad.
It actually feels like a movie, unlike the first one.
Yeah, I watched Free Guy recently as well, which demolished Suicide Squad in the box office, which made Suicide Squad underperform.
You saw Shang-Chi, right?
I also saw Shang-Chi, yeah. Free Guy was a solid fine. It wasn't really my cup of tea. It was a Ryan Reynolds fun comedy. It's fine. Shang-Chi, I think, is probably one of my favorite Marvel films ever.
Yeah, I saw your tweet saying it was rad as shit.
Yeah, it's very, very, very good. For an origin story as well, it doesn't feel bland, and the action set pieces in it are excellent. Very much recommend you watch it. Very, very good.
I'll probably see it next week after I see the Sopranos movie. But yeah.
Yeah, it was very, very good.
I never got round to Black Widow.
Neither have I. I'll watch it when it comes on Disney for free.
Yeah, I think it's next month it comes on for free, so I'll probably watch it then. Apparently it's okay, just a solid.
Yeah, it's a Marvel action film. Like,
What If is still running and rolling. I've only seen the first 2 episodes. It's okay.
I think 4 episodes. I just finished the Doctor Strange episode of What If, and yeah, it's kind of weirdly boring. Some of the episodes feel really long.
Yeah, I found my attention just kind of trailing off a little bit. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, I often put it on and then like just look at my phone while it's on, and then like, okay, I get it. I get the gist. It's not gripping me. It's not gripping me.
I don't think anything's. And the first 2 episodes anyway weren't that interesting. What ifs?
Yeah,
just felt like
none of them have. The Doctor Strange one was decent. The 3rd episode, which is the one where all the Avengers start getting assassinated. Mm-hmm. That one was actually genuinely really good.
I keep hearing that. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, it's a solid, fine show. Show that's very similar to it. I say very similar. It's only similar in that it's animated. That just came out. Star Wars Visions, which is their like anime anthology series set in the Star Wars universe, which I haven't started yet, but does look very cool.
Yeah, it does look cool. I saw the teaser trailer and it looks excellent.
Yeah, I'm very much looking forward to watching that. And I think some of the episodes are only like 10 minutes long as well, which is ideal for me, who doesn't like watching TV.
Yeah, kind of like that anthology show on Netflix, Love and Robots.
Love, Death and Robots.
Yeah, I still need to see that.
Love, Death and Robots is amazing. It's such a good show. The only downside with Love, Death and Robots is David Fincher is the showrunner for Love, Death and Robots, but he was also the showrunner for Mindhunter, which is a phenomenal show. But they had to stop Mindhunter so that he could focus on Love, Death and Robots, and they released all the cast from their contracts. So we're probably not getting a new season of Mindhunter because of Love, Death and Robots, because David Fincher was stretched too thin, and that's heartbreaking.
See, I kept on getting recommended Mindhunter, and I was going to watch it, but when I heard it was ending, I was
you should definitely watch it. Those 2 seasons that we have are some of the best TV ever. It's I love David Fincher's work, man.
I'll probably get round to it in like 20 years. There's a lot of TV. I'm sorry.
It doesn't stop. It never stops.
I've just been spending most of my time watching either Sopranos or Doctor Who these days. It's insane.
Yeah.
Sopranos is really good though. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. 3 episodes left. It's very good. Have you seen Sopranos? No, you haven't.
Never once in my life have I seen. I've seen the ending. I know how it ends.
Yeah.
And I've seen clips from it. I get the gist of the show, but it's probably not one I'm going to watch. Too many seasons and the episodes are too long.
Yeah, I keep hearing a comparison between Breaking Bad and The Sopranos. I think Breaking Bad is definitely better because in Sopranos, the characters basically stay almost the same throughout, whereas in Breaking Bad, they have proper character arcs, which is kind of groundbreaking television, I think, with Breaking Bad, because you never really got character arcs like that before.
I really like Breaking Bad. I think it's a really good show. I had to watch Breaking Bad 4 times before I finished it. Like, I just kept dropping off it, and I was like, oh god, I fell off it, I don't remember, I'll go back to the start watching it, get really excited, and then I think it's like season 4 or season 3 is just so slow. Like, it's such a slow season, and it loses me almost every time. But
Right,
I did eventually finish it, and then I watched El Camino, which was also very good.
Yeah, El Camino wasn't needed. I don't think it's...
not needed at all. It basically ends.
Yeah.
It ends the same way the show ends. Like,
Yeah, it's not great. I don't like how one of the actors ages. Like one of them, Jesse Plemons, kind of gets fat over time, and it's like really distracting when you get flashbacks of him.
yeah, but I love Jesse Plemons. I think
Yeah,
he's
he's
such
great.
a good actor. Yeah.
But yeah, the movie itself was fine. Have you seen Better Call Saul?
I watched Better Call Saul when it was first airing. I watched the first 2 seasons of it, then dropped off because it was kind of bad. But apparently it's amazing now.
It is amazing, dude.
Yeah.
One of the last episodes was one of the best episodes out of Breaking Bad in its entirety. It was like an episode where Mike and Saul go out in the desert and they have to survive. That's one of the best episodes. It's really good. You should give it another try.
I probably will not. It's too many TV shows to watch.
The final season starts sometime next year, so I'm very excited for that.
Yeah, and thank God Bob Odenkirk's okay from his heart attack.
Thank fuck, yes. Jesus.
Yeah, terrifying. I was going to say something. What was I going to say? Yes, a film that you should watch, right? That stars Jesse Plemons that I love. It's probably one of my favorite film releases from last year.
Yes.
Charlie Kaufman's I'm Thinking of Ending Things. It's on Netflix.
Yeah.
You should 100% watch it. I had to watch it. First time I watched it, I did not understand what I had just seen.
Yes. Yeah.
Second time I watched it, I everything clicked, and I'm pretty sure I get the story. And I watched it with you, and he agrees with me. We watched a YouTube breakdown of it, and we were like, haha, we got it right. So watch the film, and I want to hear your thoughts on it because it is mental.
Yeah, I keep hearing that movie is very good, but that's kind of the reason why I don't want to watch it, because I have to think about it. And I love movies like that. I like Twin Peaks. That's very much in the same vein of you have to think about it to understand everything that's going on, because sometimes in Twin Peaks you'll just be watching an explosion happen for like 10 minutes and it's like, huh, okay. And it's... But yeah, I need to give it a try, yeah.
You should definitely watch it. It's like, I think, a 2-hour long film, and it can be slow in parts for the opening of it. If your first time experiencing it can feel a bit slow, but so much gets revealed in that like 20-minute conversation. It's crazy. Such a good film. I love that film so much.
That's good. I need to watch it, yes. I will. Yes.
Other than that, I don't really have anything else going on in my life at the moment.
Yeah, same here. Just like Doctor Who and Sopranos. That's my entire life.
Yeah,
And work.
Yeah, after this, I'm going to probably watch The Office, play some Halo.
But yeah, I guess that's it for this episode.
Yeah, I guess that brings us to the end. So thank you very much for listening to this.
Firstly, but next month we should talk about what we're doing next month.
What are we doing next month before we end things?
Next month we're doing a celebration of Elizabeth Sladen, who we saw last on screen in October 2011 in her final episode of the Sarah Jane Adventures. That's when the Sarah Jane Adventures ended because of her untimely death, and we just thought, hey, why not do an entire month to celebrate Elizabeth Sladen as Sarah Jane Smith? And that's what we're doing.
Yeah. So next week it will be the episode Hand of Fear, which I have never. Have I seen it before? What's it from?
It's from the Fourth Doctor era.
I've never seen it before.
Yeah. It's our final episode in the show, in the original show as a companion. It's not the best episode, but it's still an episode to watch just because it's our final one, and I think our send-off is one of the best companion send-offs ever. I think it's going to be an episode that we're going to make fun of, from what I remember. It's very goofy in parts.
I'm looking forward to it. It'll be interesting. It'll be my first proper experience with the Fourth Doctor as well. So,
oof, exciting for you. He's one of the best for a reason.
Yeah. But that it's just the biggest lorries driving by at the moment. But that'll be coming out next week as we kick off Liz Sladen month. We have a lot coming that month. We've got K9 and Company.
It's going to be an episode we're going to make fun of, yes.
I cannot wait for K9 and Company.
Just that theme song alone.
I know. Then we've got School Reunion, which is a very, very good episode, and I remember vividly when it came out on TV. And then the first episode of the Sarah Jane Adventures. So yeah, that's a big month of watching Sarah Jane Smith on our television screens. It's exciting stuff.
And hopefully we'll get another trailer. We'll do a trailer reaction when it comes out. And we'll be doing, if the show comes out this October, whatever, we're gonna be doing reviews of each episode as they come out. So yeah, listen to us. And I'm also going to do a video where I rank every Jodie episode so far and just review them all, just as like a refresher of what Jodie's era is all about. Because it's been a while. We haven't had an episode since New Year's Day, and it's been a while, hasn't it?
It has been quite some time. A lot has happened since then.
But yeah, I don't know when I'll get the video out, but it'll probably be end of next month when the new season just comes out. But yeah, it's a lot on our channel to look forward to.
Yeah.
Be sure to subscribe to us at Who Watches Who on YouTube for all the content, and follow us on your podcast device, wherever you listen to your podcast. Just follow us. Download every episode as it comes out.
Yeah, you can find us Who Watches Who anywhere you get podcasts. Spotify, Podcast Addict. You've got all the links are in the description. We have an RSS feed, links to Apple Podcasts, everything you could possibly ever desire except for happiness. We don't have that. You can email us, as I said, at whowatcheswhopod@gmail.com with any Doctor Who questions, or as Ewan did, Sonic the Hedgehog songs. Follow us on Twitter at WatchesDoctor, on Facebook at Who Watches Who, on you can follow me on Twitter at Quaff223. Is there another social media we do? YouTube, which you said. Yeah, Who Watches Who everywhere.
Yes.
I think that's everything. Yeah, thank you very much for listening.
It's going to be a busy month next month, so have fun listening to us.
Yeah. See you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.